Welcome to our Modi briefing. Today we're diving into the complex situation in Kashmir, where a recent militant attack near Pahalgam has left 26 people dead, casting a shadow over the region's fragile peace and economy. Despite the violence, some brave tourists are starting to return, buoyed by local reassurance, but bookings are still down by a staggering 80 to 90%. The region's vital tourism industry is hurting, and ongoing security measures are making life even more tense. Next up, Indian authorities are on the hunt for suspects, demolishing homes linked to militants and detaining numerous individuals. Tensions with Pakistan have skyrocketed, with diplomatic ties severed, borders closed, and water-sharing agreements suspended. Though fears of a full-scale war remain, most experts believe nuclear deterrence will keep things from spiraling out of control. Still, the situation is extremely delicate, and both sides are watching each other closely. Finally, in the world of water diplomacy, the long-standing Indus Waters Treaty is now under strain. India has suspended its participation, citing trust issues and violations, while still advocating for a new framework based on peace and mutual respect. The ongoing conflict in Kashmir is testing not just regional stability, but also international efforts to keep the peace. Please continue to stay tuned for more details. BBC reports that 1 week after a brutal militant attack near Pahalgam in Indian-administered Kashmir, the town remains shrouded in a somber silence, with the once bustling high street now largely deserted, shops shuttered, and hotels emptied. Despite this, a cautious trickle of tourists has begun to return, driven by a mixture of hope and fear. The attack, which claimed 26 lives, primarily tourists visiting the picturesque Baisara Meadow, shocked the nation and intensified tensions between India and Pakistan, both claiming Kashmir but only partially administering it. Travelers and locals alike grapple with a sense of uncertainty. Some tourists, like Mumbai native Akshay Salanki, chose to proceed with their plans amid reassurance from security forces, while others, like shawl seller Rafi Ahmed, fear the long-term economic repercussions. Prominent figures, including Bollywood actor Atul Kulkarni, have urged visitors to come back in larger numbers as a sign of resilience, but the region's fragile peace is under threat, with ongoing military operations, border skirmishes, and political tensions casting a shadow over its future. The attack has also derailed major development projects like the Kashmir Rail Bridge, and many local businesses face an uncertain horizon, with cancellations soaring and investment prospects dimming, all amid a backdrop of grief and anger expressed by regional leaders who mourn the loss of innocent lives and the hollowing out of Kashmir's once promising peace. In the aftermath, Indian authorities have launched aggressive crackdowns, demolishing homes linked to suspected militants and detaining over 1,500 individuals for questioning, actions that have drawn criticism from local leaders who warn against punishing innocent civilians. The demolitions, which targeted families of alleged militants, have sparked controversy, with some officials urging restraint and caution. Meanwhile, tensions with Pakistan have escalated, with both sides exchanging fire across the border and retaliatory measures, such as the suspension of water and diplomatic agreements, heightening fears of a broader conflict. India's government has vowed to pursue the suspects relentlessly, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserting that justice will be served. But the region remains volatile, with the specter of military escalation looming large. The attack has also ignited a wave of anti-Kashmiri sentiment in other parts of India, with reports of students being threatened and attacked, further complicating the already tense situation. As global powers call for restraint and dialogue, the people of Kashmir find themselves caught in a cycle of violence and uncertainty, their hopes for peace overshadowed by fears of renewed conflict and long-lasting instability. Nikkei Asia vividly illustrates the tragic irony of India's water diplomacy with Pakistan through the lens of the Indus Waters Treaty, IWT, once celebrated as a rare beacon of cooperation between two hostile neighbors. The treaty has been strained to its limits by Pakistan's persistent support for cross-border terrorism, exemplified by the deadly attack on Kashmir civilians and provocative rhetoric from Pakistan's military leadership. Despite India's unwavering patience and its efforts to honor the treaty, including unreciprocated peace gestures like the 2015 visit by Prime Minister Modi, Pakistan's actions have shattered trust, turning the once symbolic framework into a weapon of hostility. India's strategic move to place the treaty in abeyance signals frustration and a call for change, emphasizing the need for a new, conditional water-sharing agreement rooted in peace and verifiable good behavior. As the article highlights, India's commitment to responsible water management contrasts sharply with Pakistan's use of terrorism as a weapon, underscoring the untenable nature of the current open-ended treaty based on unconditional trust. Moving forward, India advocates for a recalibrated framework that links cooperation to peace, sovereignty, and security, recognizing that genuine diplomacy must flow from credibility and trust, not violence and suspicion. Deutsche Welle reports that despite recent escalations following a deadly attack in Indian-administered Kashmir, a full-scale war between India and Pakistan remains unlikely. The region has a long history of violent clashes, often fueled by Islamist militant actions and political tensions. However, both nations possess nuclear capabilities that serve as a significant deterrent against full-scale conflict. India has responded to the attack by severing diplomatic ties, closing borders, and suspending water-sharing treaties, while Pakistan has downgraded diplomatic relations and suspended trade. Analysts suggest that while the possibility of military retaliation, such as airstrikes, is high due to political pressure within India, any full-scale war would carry unpredictable and potentially catastrophic consequences, especially given the nuclear backdrop. International actors like the UN, China, Iran, and Saudi Arabia have called for restraint and dialogue, emphasizing the importance of peaceful resolution over escalation. RFI highlights India's recent military modernization efforts. Amid rising tensions with Pakistan, the Indian government signed a multi-billion-dollar deal with France to acquire 26 Rafale fighter jets, bolstering its air power capabilities. This move is part of a broader strategy to modernize its military hardware, diversify suppliers beyond Russia, and prepare for potential conflicts in the region. The deal includes advanced aircraft that will operate from Indian carriers, symbolizing India's intent to strengthen its maritime and aerial defense. The procurement comes at a time when India's relations with Pakistan are at their lowest, following accusations of Pakistani backing for militant attacks in Kashmir. As India's arms imports grow, so does its regional influence, with the country also expanding its domestic defense industry and engaging in international military collaborations, notably through the Quad alliance with the US, Japan, and Australia. This military buildup underscores India's focus on asserting its sovereignty and regional dominance amidst ongoing geopolitical challenges. In summary, Deutsche Welle underscores that despite recent hostilities and heightened military readiness, the risk of a full-fledged war between India and Pakistan remains low due to nuclear deterrence and international diplomatic efforts. The situation is delicate, with both countries taking aggressive postures but restrained from full-scale conflict, aware of the devastating potential of nuclear escalation. Conversely, RFI emphasizes India's strategic military advancements, including significant arms deals with France, reflecting its desire to modernize and project power amid regional tensions. The combination of diplomatic caution and military preparedness illustrates the complex balance both nations are trying to maintain, asserting their interests while avoiding catastrophic escalation that could destabilize South Asia and reshape global security dynamics. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopsis thoughtfully curated by the 6DO team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6DO brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6DO team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6DO brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6DO brief via email.
Got a book so big and bright, open it and take a flight. Learn about the stars and see, everything is here for me. Flip the pages one by one, knowledge under the sun. From dinosaurs to galaxies, a world of endless mysteries. Encyclopedia, yay, facts and fun all day. From A to Z, let's see, curious minds run free. Jump into the pages deep, secrets that you want to keep. Time will fly and you will find magic lies in every line. Animals and history, science full of mystery. Gotta read and gotta know, watch our minds all start to grow. Encyclopedia, yay, facts and fun all day. From A to Z, let's see, curious minds run free, yeah. Jump into the pages deep, secrets that you want to keep. Time will fly and you will find magic lies in every line. To run free line, every line's run free. Animals and history, science full of mystery.